A lot of shows was out in the 80s, but one in particular, Miami Vice. Don Johnson, Philip Michael Thomas, Ricardo Tubbs, Sonny Crockett. A lot of movies and TV shows, video games since then. It's all left a mark on it. Grand Theft Auto back in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which was back in 2002. That was on PlayStation 2, or the PS2 basically. They recently re-released that game on the modern console, Xbox and PS5. Highly recommend playing that one because they're about to come back out with another Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's going to be based in Florida, Miami. Which everything is copyrighted and all, so they have to make up another name for the city, like Miami. So Miami is basically called Vice City. Miami Vice, that's where they get that from. They've done it already. And the music, the culture, the cars, it's just going to be a more modern day Miami Vice, like the TV show, just in more modern times. But with a little throwback, you know, you might can see a white Ferrari Testarossa cruising around. Look at that big American flag at the Chevrolet place. It's blowing. See where the wind's coming from? But anyway, talking about Miami Vice, I'm a Miami Vice fan, fanatic. My uncle got me started on the 80s genre movies and TV shows, because he had everything in every show in collection. He had a whole DVD collection. He had the box set of Miami Vice, the entire series, on DVD. When he had passed away, which a lot of the movies I saw, I got, because I remember watching those. He had another collection before that, which was everything on VHS, VHS tapes, if you know anything from the 80s or 90s. VHS tapes, like Blockbuster, where you would go and rent one for like $5 a night, or something like $5 a week back then, or something like that. But he had the whole collection on VHS. He had all kinds, he had hundreds of movies on VHS. Then DVDs started started being the thing, and then he went out through the years searching and looking and found all kinds of the movies that he had on VHS on DVD. So then I got quite a bit of that. This has got to be the longest red light ever. I can see it pouring down there a couple of miles ahead of me. Raining and doping. Got a heat wave going on in the entire southeast of the country, and pretty much all the country. From the Midwest all the way down here. And the entire state of Florida is under a heat advisory. Go check out WeatherWise app on your smartphone. It's free to download. It's a great app. It's for weather, radar, alerts. You can draw on the map. It's basically the same one that the meteorologists use on TV when they draw something, like draw an arrow. If you're here, you need to take cover now. You know how they can draw on it or something, draw an arrow or whatnot, and then erase it. Basically, it's one of those apps that was designed by basically probably meteorologists, or designed by it. And storm chasers, and they use it. Some of them work for Fox Weather. Corey and Brandon Copic. Keep pronouncing his name a little wrong a little bit. But he's on YouTube. Pretty much once you typed in Storm Chaser Brandon with a D, he'll pop up. And his last name starts with a C. So once you found him, he's a storm chaser for Fox Weather. When Fox News or whatever does weather like hurricanes and stuff, and you see the footage on the ground, like boots on the ground footage, that's one of the sources where it's coming from. Who's out there getting all the footage of all that, and drives like an SUV, and it's packed with first aid basically first aid medical equipment, chainsaws, anything. They could be storm chasers one minute and like rescue first responders right after a tornado hit or something. Heading into this thing for a little while. I think I'm about to make one big loop. From what the radar was showing on WeatherWise, they give you lightning strikes as it's happening. on the radar, if a lightning strike is pure white, that means it just happened. I mean, it just hit. And when it fades out like gray, that means it happened maybe a couple of minutes ago. Some of these storms right here ahead of me were producing a lot of lightning. It looked like fireworks going off on radar in real time. Miami Vice fans out there, which was your favorite character in the show? Comment. Mine is very hard to say now which one was my favorite. Because both of the main characters in the TV show Miami Vice, Crockett and Tubbs, were great at their I mean, they played their character perfect. Tubbs would go undercover to like a drug deal or something on the show, and he would speak like a slang or change it, or what I'm saying is he'd change his accent. Sometimes he would sound like Jamaican. That was the episode with Bruce Willis was in that episode. And there was a lot of stars that you would know of today, like Ben Stiller, Wesley Snipes, like I said, Bruce Willis, Liam Neeson, who did the movie Taken. He's got a new movie coming out, Naked Gun. It's a remake from an older movie. All those characters, even just not just actors, but music artists, was featured on the show, like played a character. Not only that, the music industry was involved in the show, like Phil Collins in The Air Tonight, and Phil Collins actually did a couple of episodes of the show as one of the bad guys. And so did the music soundtrack composer Jan Hammer. Also did an episode. That was earlier in like season 1. It's like from the pilot episode all the way through. I mean, every episode is featured some great actor that's popular now, but they got their start in the early 80s off of that show. And some of them were very young back then, like in their early 20s. And a lot of music artists was featured on the show, like they would play a character in each episode or something. And as the show progressed through 1984 to like 1988 or so, somewhere around there, you could see how that the vibe, the scenery, the look, it all started changing. Like Don Johnson in the later episodes, like season 4 or 5, he was wearing blue jeans instead of the suit, the famous suit that he always wore, or dress pants with like a blazer or something. That was in like late season 2, all through season 3. But if you look at us like any of the earlier stuff from season 1, he wore like a open beach shirt, dark color. So I actually got a cosplay outfit based off of that. It's a kind of made together, homemade job. It's late, I would say the genre of where where I'm at with it is like late season 1, early season 2 of those episodes. It's an all-white outfit, and he wore like a shirt underneath, which was like a baby blue, all the light colors, almost no dark colors during all that. The executive producer, Michael Mann, that was the whole look he was going for when he, was involved in that show. The look, the way they dressed, all the neon everywhere. Neon was everywhere. Of course, I was born the year that it came out. Season 1 came out, 1984. Definitely tell that the temperature has definitely dropped. Basically what I'm doing, I'm making one big circle here. From Pinkard down to Dothan. I'm now heading from Dothan, or outside out here in the open like this right here. That's an undercover. Most likely an undercover state trooper. I think they have undercover units now. That was that vehicle right in front of me a while ago. It's looking promising. This one right here looks like it's doing something. Got a shelf cloud. I'll be probably let me see, I'll be turning right up here, so. God, that's a great, as far as what you see down in South Alabama, that's a great looking shelf cloud. Wow. That's actually awesome. I'm gonna try to let me see where I can, there's got, yeah. I know the area. I can get somewhere and get stopped for a second and let this thing just come straight on in. Especially where we're at, we're in a great area. Especially when I turn, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Oh man. I don't know how long this light will be. Kind of can see the top of it. Well, not right here. I mean, once I get turned, let's see if I can come up a little bit. I would take the camera off the mountain, just bring it over here, but by the time I do all that, it's going to turn green on me. Just like that. I'm trying to do some adjustments with the thing. Let's see where I can get. But the thing is, man, they don't really stay formed very long. I don't need to be in no trees. Now you can kind of see it on camera. Straight up right there. I'll just point the camera up. That's it. From the highway, it looked like a wedge that you would wedge under your door. Like the whole cloud. This is an old town of Headland. Home of the Headland Rams high school football team. No, I didn't go here though, but we played them. Going right into the rain. Miami Vice. Yep, I feel it coming in the air tonight. Because it just cooled off about 60 degrees. And here comes the outflow. Because earlier today, I'm going to be turning right here. Taking the lefty. mural painted up. We'll go around the square. How about that? The old town of Headland. There's another old town I want to take y'all up there to sometime or another whenever I can do it. Up to Abbeville. Talking about neon from like Miami Vice and stuff. That whole town is still got like the way it was back in the old time. I can't turn right here no more. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Saw this heavy equipment sitting here. I was like, what? They done changed the roads up? Cool little town, man. They got paintings on the walls and stuff on the side of the buildings, artwork, some artists. Oh, just saw a lightning strike, but I was facing the wrong way. Get reorganized. I might be back. There's another road back over here. Right under a shelf cloud. I mean, we're directly under this thing. We're about to get some wind gusts like you wouldn't believe. Please tell me that's road. Yeah, not this road. The road that I think that's there. And it ain't a railroad track. This is this road. That is what oh man. Well crap. Not where I wanted to be. It's like a peanut co-op. Or they process peanuts when they get them out of the field. There's what's left of a shelf cloud on the other end of it. Wait a minute. Do that. Thought that was a road right there and I just passed it. So we're on the other side of the tracks. If I stay straight. I should come out at another crossing. All the industrial area. hot it was earlier today. It was probably about as hot as your oven can get. I mean, if you wanted to cook a hot dog, you don't even gotta fire up a grill. You just stick it outside. It'll cook itself. That's how hot it gets down here. Yeah. Dang, I could have did it right there. Oh, that'd be a good view too. Headland Peanut Warehouse Co-op. Been here about a million times. This is the original. Taking a righty. Look at the outflow. We may see us a tornado. That's a lot of rain falling over there. I guess some good lightning strikes. Man, that cool air. That's dumping a lot of rain. There's a shelf cloud. See it wedge what I was talking about? Right there. Look at that major outflow. Look how it's blowing that grass right there. That is some heavy rain over there. I can't tell if this is outflow coming off of this storm or it's inflow. It's flowing into these two. That's about to pound Midland City, or if it ain't already. picked up the 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Whoa. Major lightning. Give me another one. Right now it'd be perfect. Right out there in front of the camera. Give me a double or a triple strike. lot of rain. Ate a lot of rain. Completed full circle. This is where I started the video from. It looked like it got pounded with rain. A lot of rain. I mean a lot of rain. They said like 1 to 2 inches. This is more like 6 to 8 in a short amount of time. This is insane. Issuing a flash flood warning right now. Not a watch. This is a lot of rain. These roads are just covered. Can't get over any further because I'm being oncoming traffic. be a long video. Yeah, it got bad here too. Saw that. It was to the right of the screen just a while ago. Major lightning strike. Pretty good bit of lightning strikes out here. Town of Newton. See what kind of view we get coming up over this hill. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. I sure hope this video will upload. Yeah. That was literally right on top of us near about. y'all are still watching the video, I put out some posts a couple of hours ago before all of this, and said something like heat wave and thunderstorms exploding. And I was giving you a warning on my post on my channel before all of this. Before you get anything on your cell phone, tune into your boy. Weather-wise, it's a free app on your phone. It will give you information hours before anything happens. And you'll be like, oh man, it's hot, sunny. I don't see nothing on radar. And then all of this happens. That was pretty cool.